It was the handshake of doom. I'm guessing you all saw this video, the European under-20s 89 kilo category. The winner from Armenia stood atop the podium, shakes the bronze medalist's hand, turns to shake the silver medalist's hands, and gets no response. There is no meeting of the palms. It's very awkward. So let's take a look at that right now. Okay, so the backdrop to this competition was that Garrett Karapetyan, potentially a brother of Andranik, I don't know, same last name, probably not. He just destroyed the under-20s in that 96 kilo category. 171, 196, a 367 kilo total. Look, that's 27 kilos more than the silver medalist, Emre Öztürk from Turkey, 149, 191. That's a 340 kilo total. So it's not like there was a tight battle between these two and, Garrett stole the clock of Emre, which meant that Emre timed out or was too fatigued to make his third attempt and Garrett snuck the goal. Nothing like that. He wasn't even close to beating the Armenian Garrett Karapetyan. What is wrong with me? So then to have this kind of response, this sore loser-esque response to coming second, not willing to shake the hand of the person who just beat you, through their, maybe they're more talented, maybe they work harder, maybe they've got a better coaching staff, to not want to acknowledge that because you're so salty about the fact that you lost is just, it's almost embarrassing to watch. It's cringy. It's so unsportsmanlike. It's horrible to see. I guess it's almost like one of those things where if you're goal-oriented or if you're process-oriented, the process-oriented person might be able to be pleased about the fact that they went 149, 191 because they did well for themselves and not be upset about the fact that they came second, whereas the goal-oriented person, which is probably Emre Öztürk here, doesn't care about the fact that he lifted well for himself. He's just angry about the fact that someone else outside of his control, how dare he? How dare someone else be better than me? It's ridiculous, it's childish, it's embarrassing. So a little bit of a historical context, perhaps, to understand what fueled the flames of this just a little bit more. Armenians and Turks have a history of mutual hatred going back to before either of the modern countries currently existed. The most controversial issue is the Armenian genocide by the Ottoman Empire that Turkey, to this day, as maybe one of the only countries who does this, still continues to deny ever even happened. Also, Turkey supports Azerbaijan in its ongoing conflict with Armenia, which has obviously seen deaths in fighting as recently as even just this last month. We know that even Simon Martirosyan was involved in that war last year. So it's a very real thing, and probably those two things, the fact that there were two Armenians and two Turkish weightlifters in this one very session competing against each other, probably that adds a contentious flavour that we're kind of unaware of watching, that they feel very much in the back room. Either way, it's lame. It's very lame that he reacted like that. So, shout out to Garrett Karapetyan for winning 171, 196, and no shout out, except for this shout out, but boo to Emre Öztürk from Turkey, 149, 191. That's lame. Okay, let's take a look at some of the other big performances from this competition. It's the European juniors and the under-23s. Juniors in weightlifting is defined as basically being between the age of 15 and 20, but you have to be 20 throughout the entire calendar year. So if someone is 20 now, but they turn 21 in December, they don't count as a junior for this competition. So in the juniors, we saw 61 kilo Sergio Macida from Italy, 155 clean and jerk, very solid clean and jerk. It kind of smashed Angel Rusev, who was a under 23, because they compete separately, the under 20s and the under 23s. Angel Rusev made 146. Sergio Macida, the younger, made 155. So big lifting from him. On the women's side of the juniors, Mihaela Cambe from Romania, she's a 49 kilo weightlifter. So she's under 20. She snatched 87 kilos, which is enormous. I mean, the world record is in the 90s, but even so, we don't see that kind of lift happen very often. I think the winning snatch at the Asian Championships was 81 kilos, and that's a senior continental championship, so it's 6 kilos more than that. I suppose we've seen Jordan Dela Cruz from the USA has snatched 89 kilos, I think, is her best as a 49. So it's a little bit below that, but still, I mean, she's a young athlete. It's very good. 102 clean and jerk, that's a 189 total. That's actually 3 kilos more than the winning total from the Asian Championships, which was 186 by Jiali Wang from China. So anytime you've got a junior lifter out-totaling a senior Chinese lifter, it's worth a mention. Then we have probably the standout performance I would have thought from this competition. 55 kilo juniors, Nina Sterckx from Belgium. Absolutely just dominated, destroyed. She did so well. 95 kilo snatch, 118 kilo clean and jerk. That was a junior world record. And I think that's maybe... She's either done 113 in the past or 111. She definitely did 111 at the European Championships senior early this year. So obviously big progress since then, but it was more like she had an off day then. I think she missed 109 on her opener, maybe even her second attempt, and made 111. So this 118 anyway, it's a huge personal record for her regardless. Phenomenal lifting, junior world record. Her total 213 is also a junior world record, and she's just come on so much. I mean, at the Olympic Games she had to cut down to 49. She cleaned and jerked 99 kilos there, and so it's been 14 months, and so to go from 99 to 118, obviously it's not quite like that. She put her weight back on. She's had a year of training. She had an off day versus a good day, but amazing progress from Nina Sterckx either way. So yeah, top lifting from her. Then in the 71s, Giulia Miserendino, the Italian 71, snatched an Italian record at 106 kilos, and she'd already beaten that 105 kilos she hit the other day at maybe Italian Nationals or something like that, which was an Italian record. Then she beats it again with 106. It's an incredible save. It's also 6 more kilos than anyone else at the competition snatched. So I want to say the Polish lifter, whose name I'm blanking, who was at European Seniors as well this year, she took the silver in that category with 100 kilos. Then no one in the 76s, 81s, 87s, or supers snatched even 100 kilos, which means that Giulia Miserendino, as a 71, snatched 6 kilos more than everyone else, which is just ridiculous. Then over to the under 23s quickly. Under 73s, we saw like Kaki Hasanidze, George Hasanidze's son, the Georgian weightlifter, 146, 176. That's a 322 kilo total. The reason I figured that was worth mentioning is that equals the senior winning total from the Asian Championships. That was Dostin Yakubov. He did it with slightly different variations. I think he had did he snatch less, maybe 139, but he clean and jerked 183 maybe, something like that. So it was a little bit of a different sway in terms of snatch to clean and jerk, but solid lifting from Kaki. Up at 81, we got to see the return of our boy Marin Robu from Moldova, one of our favourite weightlifters here at Weightlifting House. We've been filming him for a long time. He's a good guy. And obviously he injured himself at the European Championships. Just moving this because people like the Uzbek top that I was wearing last time, so I figured I'd wear another one. This is the Bahrain team. It's kind of cool. Also, I move this now. These are coming out very soon, and they're sick. This is what I was wearing for that last competition. Obviously, I got hurt, but throughout the whole training process, that's what I was wearing. That's what everyone here is wearing at the moment. So these are coming out soon. There were also, by the way, we've got the smaller diameter one for lighter lifters, where sort of the gap between their pelvis and their rib cage is a little bit less. Normally these sort of 10 centimeter style belts can pinch smaller lifters, so we've got the smaller diameter ones, which are pretty cool. 2 colors as well. We're gonna have the white one. So anyway, they'll be out really soon, like a week or 2. What was I saying? So Marin Robu, who hurt his elbow at the European Championships, is back, and it was just good to see him back on the competition platform. He didn't snatch quite as well. He opened a little bit less, 155 kilos in the snatch, although I think I saw him then hit 160 kilos in the training hall the following day. Might have even been 161. Then in the clean and jerk, 197 kilos, which is top stuff. I mean, that's a personal record for him, 197 kilos, I'm pretty sure. So 352 kilos, it's actually a kilo less than Lu Delin hit at the Asian Championships, which kind of surprised me, because I was like, that's not a bad performance for Marin. It's 10 kilos down on what he could snatch, but it's not bad. So the fact that Lu Delin's still beaten by a kilo is kind of props to Lu Delin, to be fair. I think that 81 kilo category at Worlds is still going to be exciting, because we've got, Lu's dropped down to 73, and yes, we're going to see, Nino and Carlos have bumped up to 89. But there are still going to be some good 81s. I mean, we might have Rahmat, who just did that 198, like nothing at the Asian Champs. We've got Marin. Maybe we'll have Lee Dayin. I don't know. Is he going up? Is he not? I don't know. So there's probably going to be a Chinese representative there anyway. So that 81 kilo category should be a lot of fun. Then in the 89s, Cristiano Ficco, who holds interestingly, he holds the Italian records in the 102s, but he's an 89 because he competed at a competition where there wasn't a 96 category because it's not an Olympic category, and he didn't cut to 89, so he was a 102. But he went 165, 210. He took a couple shots at 200. He took a couple of shots at around 210, I think, but missed them. One couldn't make the jerk, then on the second try at it, his third attempt, I think he missed the clean. That's my memory of the session, but he's a great 89. Obviously, he's overshadowed by Nino, the world record holder in the clean and jerk and total, but he is phenomenal. Next there is Irakli Chikidze, the Georgian, now 102, which is amazing that he's lost that much weight. He went 165, 216. You might wonder why I'm mentioning that, but that's a big lift. The 165 is not the best we've ever seen from a 102, obviously. You know, I think we're going to see, over this next quad, we're probably going to see a 102 snatch 190. It's probably going to be Lesman, and he's probably going to be wearing this in the back room when he does it. But 165, okay, it is what it is. It's 6 kilos less than Miso hit to win the Asians this year. But the 216, that's actually more than any 102 hit at the Asian Championships. Of course, Miso can go higher, but the 215 that Miso hit was the most he's actually hit in 2022 because he hasn't done that in training at all. He hasn't had to go over that since the World Championships last December. So 216 by Irakli Chikidze is a good clean and jerk, and he can probably do more over the coming few months and years. So that's actually really exciting. And then the final athlete I want to talk about, under 23s on the women's side, 59 kilo Kamilla Konotop, one of my favorite lifters from Ukraine. She absolutely smashed it. I'm going to actually pull up some of her training history because I want to see how this ranks. But she snatched 104 at 59. That's big. And she clean and jerked 116. The issue is, in fact, 104, the world record is 110. Obviously by Kwosung Chun. 104 is, we saw the North Korean in 2019 did 106. I think 104 is the next biggest after that. Let's take a look. Okay, so Kamilla did 94 in Tokyo. That was at 55, so a little bit lighter. She's only really ever been a 55, so it's hard to compare, but the most she has done is 95. That was at the European Champs last year, which she won. Then, of course, she was at the European Champs this year again. She came second. She did 94, 113. Who did she come second to? Oh, Dora Tricante from France. Yeah. No, that was a 50. That was at 59. She was a 55 then. The winner there was Veli Evangela from Albania, who has since been popped. So actually, Kamilla probably is going to get given the gold medal from the European Championships this year. But she smashed it. I mean, 104 snatch at 59 is enormous. I mean, I guarantee if we look at I don't think that Kwo hit that at the World Championships last year. I think maybe she hit 105. Sorry about this. We're just going off on a deep dive now. The 59s, Kwosung Chun, she snatched 100 kilos. And another Ukrainian lifter snatched 101 for the win there, but then Kwo clean jerked 130. So 104, so Kwo won with 230. Obviously she wasn't in great shape, but what did I just say that Kamilla did? 104, 116. Oh, it's a clean and jerk. No one can clean and jerk with Kwosung Chun. She's just so strong. The fact that she did 142 as a 58 back in 2017, that's just nuts. Then she did 140 since as a 59 in 2019. You just can't compete. I mean, she squats 200 kilos. You cannot compete with her. She's going to be at the World Championships, which I'm obviously very excited for. Yeah, this world's going to be good. It's going to be really good. That's it, actually. That's it for this episode. Let me know what you think about the non-meeting of palms, the poor handshake, the embarrassing moment on the top of the platform. Make sure you like and subscribe. And if you want a new Weightlifting House belt, wait, because these ones will be out soon, and they are very nice. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you guys next time.